Okay, this is just a little discussion about 2/5s in minor, or minor 2/5s. They have a completely different sound to them than a major 2/5, which I'll illustrate and show the differences in them. But where does a minor 2/5 come from? Just like major, where a 2/5 in the key of C, for instance, a D minor chord to a G chord, or a D minor 7 to a G7 of some type, comes from the note set of C major. Also, a 2 minor chord, a 2 minor change, D minor 7 flat 5 to G7 flat 9, comes from a harmonic minor note set. So here's how those two things sound. C major, we're going to go 2/5s in C. Want to be in C harmonic minor, want to be in C major. Here's C major. There's to get your ear around the sound. So again, I'm just going to play through some 2/5s, major 2/5s. Those are major 2/5s. Now let's listen to a minor 2/5. D minor 7 flat 5, G7 flat 9, to C minor. That would be natural for harmonic minor. So, or, or, those are all minor 2/5s, and they're really built around a D minor 7. Here's your D minor 7. Here's your D minor. Flatten the 5. This one happens to have an 11 in it, but basically it's got some dissonance in it. But it's a minor 7 flat 5 at its core. Those are all part of that same chord. To a G7, you recognize that with a flat 9, or those all have flat 9s in them. You can also throw a flat 13, and that has the same tonality, though it starts to sound more like an alt chord at that point in time. But anyway, so 2/5 in major, 2/5 in minor. But in jazz, we use the tensions in the minor 2/5, but we resolve to a major chord oftentimes. I'm going to show you a little piece of blue bossa, and hopefully that'll have an example of that. Here's what that might sound like. We do that all the time in jazz and modern harmony. Sounds great. Now, to put another wrinkle on it, which I won't spend a lot of time on, you can also take that minor 7 flat 5, the 2 chord, and make, instead of the next chord just being a flat 9, you can make it be an alt chord and use that. Again, if you looked at my prior videos, you'll see that I've spelled some of these shapes out for you more clearly. I'm kind of breezing past them now, but I've also talked a lot about the alt coloration of a dominant chord. Anyway, here's minor 7 flat 5 to a G7 alt. And that takes us to a C major 7 beautifully. Another example of that. Another example of that. Okay, anyway, so that's what a minor 2/5 sounds like, and it's born in a C harmonic minor scale, which sounds like this. It's basically a major scale with a flat 3, flat 6. So just like a major 2/5 is all the note set of C major, all three of those chords comes from this note set. The minor 2/5 comes from this note set, and I'm playing a different modal shape of that, if you will, but sorry. So if I were to play, just like in the key of C, if I see a D minor 7 to G, vanilla set of changes with no kind of alter or any kind of tensions to it, I would automatically think C major. Hear how that sounds? Now, let's take that and turn that into harmonic minor. And I'm going to go a little slower because I need to go slower. And when you land on the one chord of harmonic minor, C minor, it has a major 7 in it, so it's got a natural 7. If this was C major, but here's C harmonic minor. So anyway, that's just the coloration of those things, and to show you how, just like in major, when you can think a simpler note set C major to get through a 2/5-1, you can think that. You can think harmonic minor for the minor 2/5-1. So now I have a video earlier if you want to get into harmonic minor a little bit more. It's called, I think it's just called G harmonic minor explanation or something like that. So you can go back and go through that. We're in C harmonic minor here. But there's a cool tune, and maybe I'll break here and then I'll do it in the next video, but there's a cool tune called Blue Bossa that I think has some cool examples of this. There's also another tune, a standard that I never learned, but now I realize I need to, called There Will Never Be Another You, and it's got a couple of cool examples of that as well. Maybe I'll share a little bit of just the breakdown, explanation, talk through of those two tunes. Okay.